practice. We're going to mostly work on hips today. It should be a short practice. If you need blocks, go ahead and get those. Otherwise, let's go ahead and begin. All right, so sit comfortably, lengthen the spine, and slightly tuck the chin so that the neck is in line with the spine. If you feel comfortable, you can close the eyes. And just breathe here for a moment. Leaving behind what you were doing before you came to the practice. And centering yourself in this moment. Can slowly open the eyes. Inhale, raise the arms overhead. Place the right hand down to the side and take the left arm over to the right. Leaving both hips firmly planted on the ground and just reaching for the wall beside you. Inhale, come back to center. Take the left hand down. Exhale, reach over to the left. Maintaining both hips on the ground and reaching as far as you can over to that wall beside you. And inhale, come back to center. Drop the chin to the chest. Take the right ear over to the right shoulder and reach the left hand out beside you. Breathing deeply. Take a last breath here. Inhale. Exhale, drop the chin back down to the chest and take the left ear over to the left shoulder. Right arm reaches out beside you. Continuing to breathe. And come back to center. We'll go ahead and go to a tabletop position. So we'll be on our hands and knees. Hands are underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. And we'll flow through a few cat-cow. So inhale, lift the tailbone, chin, and chest. Exhale, round everything under. Inhale, lift the tailbone, chin, and chest. And exhale, round. And just do this a few more times at your own pace. Coming back to a neutral position, tuck the toes and lift the tailbone up and back for downward facing dog. Can pedal the feet out here. Pressing the floor away with the hands. If your heels do not touch the ground, you can keep the legs bent. That's totally fine. And then we'll lift the right leg and then step through to center, coming into Anjaneyasana or low lunge. So drop the left knee. Square the hips, so pull the right hip back, left hip forward. Ground down through the feet and the back leg and lift the chest. Strengthening the legs here if you want to drop down a little bit to feel that stretch in the left hip flexor, or that's where I'm feeling it. And we'll just stay here for a couple of breaths. Last breath here, inhale. Exhale, take the hands down, but bring both hands to the inside of the right foot, and then walk that right foot out to the edge of your mat and turn the toes out. So your foot is now at an angle. Lizard pose. And then you can just sink down here and feel free to move a bit here. Although you don't have to. If you prefer being in a static position, that's fine. Totally okay. Plant the left palm into the ground. Bend the left knee. And then with your right hand, see if you can grab that foot. If you have the foot, kick the foot into the palm of the hand and press the palm of the hand into the foot. If not, just have the foot up. It's okay. And to avoid sinking into this left shoulder, really press the ground away with your left hand. Okay, and then slowly drop the left foot down, plant the right hand back down, and then scooch that right foot back between the hands. Send the hips back, straighten the right leg, and then lift the foot. So we're here kind of in this, I don't know what you would call this shape, but I think this is called half monkey. I never can remember this one. But yeah, just breathe here. I'm feeling the stretch back here in this front leg. Maybe that's where you feel it too. And then we'll slowly move into pigeon pose. So come back more into your half lunge position, and then take the hands down, and you're gonna shimmy this front leg so that the right knee is approximately at your right hand, and then my foot is kind of near my hip flexor, hip bone. Just kind of adjust yourself. If you need a block here, so if this hip isn't touching the ground, you can slide a block underneath. So you're welcome to stay here. You can also come down on the forearms. If you want, you can come all the way down. You can also use your block as a headrest, which is what I'm going to do. And we'll just stay here for a few breaths. Breathing deeply. Relaxing the facial muscles. Relaxing the shoulders. And then slowly come back up. Tuck the left toes, press up into that foot and bring the right foot back so you're now in your plank position. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. And we'll do everything now on the left side. So lift that left foot and then bring it in between the hands. Drop the right knee down so you're now in your Anjaneyasana or low lunge. Ground into the floor with your feet and lift the chest. Squaring the hips by pulling this left hip back, right hip forward. And then if you want, you can sink down a little. Breathing here. Last inhale. Exhale, take the hands to the inside of the left foot and then shimmy that left foot to the edge of your mat and taking the toes out so that your foot is now at a bit of an angle. And then again, you can stay in a static position here, or you can begin to kind of move around a little bit. And then coming back to center, press that right hand into the ground, lift or bend the right knee, and then take the left hand back to grab the foot. If you can't grab the foot, totally fine. You can always use a strap too for assistance. So pressing, if you have the foot, pressing the foot into the hand and the hand into the foot. And then really pressing the ground away with your right hand. Last inhale. Exhale, lower the foot, bring the hand back down to the floor, and scooch that left foot back to center. And then we'll straighten the left leg and send the hips back. Toes come up on the left foot. And we're back in that half monkey. At least I think that's what it's called. Now I'm doubting myself. That's what I'm going to call it today, half monkey. We'll stay here for a few breaths. And then the last inhale here. And then move back down kind of into your low lunge position. Plant the hands. And then we'll do pigeon on the left side. So we're going to shimmy this foot so that the knee is now near the left hand. So your leg is at an angle. And this foot is near this hip area. If you need a block, remember you can place a block under the left hip if necessary. We can stay here, or we can lower down. And I'm going to use the block to rest my head. Stay here for a few breaths, trying to relax into the pose. letting go of tension in the face and the shoulders. Last breath here. Inhale, come back up, remove your block. Place the hands down, tuck the toes on the right foot, lift that back leg and send the left leg back to meet it for plank pose. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. And stay here for a couple of breaths. And then from here, just make your way back into a seated position. Taking a moment to close the eyes, breathe. Take one last inhale and exhale. Open the eyes. And thank you for being here today. Bye.